Okay, I'm going to show you the ski jump from the bottom of the hill. We're going to do the stairs. And I had to deceive my puppy today because his legs are kind of sore. I would never take him on the stairs. This is a very intense workout. And his legs were sore. He was kind of limping last night. So I wasn't going to take him up to walk on the ski runs, which the ski runs are over along the side over here, but we're going to do the stairs, and if you can see, it's almost vertical, and there's 600 stairs. I would never take him on there, but I thought I would show you how steep this is. This is people from the area work out here all the time. This is a great workout, and well, let's do it. Just park right up here. All right. Okay, each one of these stairs has got a name on it, and each one of the people that put names and stuff on paid money to do that for when they redid these stairs, maybe 10 years, well, maybe more than 10 years ago now. But so you see each one of these stairs has something written on it. And since they redid this ski jump by taking the wood off and putting all metal on it, and they have a better way of icing the run and everything like that, it made the distances go farther on the jumpers. So they did have to cut this down, the landing down quite a bit. I'm not going to be able to walk this fast for too long, but they had to make it a little steeper, and they had to cut it way down a lot farther than it was down there, so that they wouldn't hit the bottom. And when they were landing way down. They do put markings on here. Like this is, they mark it with like small branches or whatever so the jumpers can see it. And you better not go beyond a certain point, because you're definitely not going to want to land where it just starts turning into the flat there. But this is this. And I don't think I'll go up a little bit farther, but I don't think I'll make you wait and have to listen to me walking and breathing the whole time on here. But one of the other topics I might talk about, besides piano and music and horses and things, of course there are things that cannot be mentioned that I would love to talk about, but the aspie deal. Because I found out I was aspie when I was 58. And the thing that kind of, I never would have thought it all those years, but the thing that kind of made it be the straw that broke the camel's back, I guess, is my dad had already died like 9 years or 8 years prior. And then my mom was starting to fall apart. And my brother lives in Colorado, and I had to, maybe I'll sit down on this first little break area up here. Had to sell her house, stage it, move all the stuff out of it, sell it, disperse all her stuff, move her into an assisted living. And then she was falling all the time there. We were in the emergency room. It seemed like once a week. And my cousins own the assisted care living place where she was living. And they said that she makes way more trips to the emergency room than any of the other people that live there. So, and I worked full time doing in the computer department at the local hospital. And boy, am I glad I got out of that. I ended up retiring out of the hospital just before all the crap hit the fan. And you know what I'm talking about. So, and I would not go along with that garbage. And you know what I'm talking about, but that would be a no-go for me. And I searched all over the internet trying to find information about adult aspie people who are adults who have to take care of an elderly she wasn't really dementia. She had her cerebellum she had small strokes in her cerebellum. And so it wasn't the membrane of the brain, it was the cerebellum that was shrinking. And that was just, I almost wanted to jump off the back end, go up the top of the ski jump. We used to be able to walk to the top. Now they've got it locked off because they got that robot on the top that brings the slush up and down on it. But yeah, anybody anywhere could come up here and walk the stairs of the ski jump itself. Look off the back end and everything. And I used to look off the back end of that thing and think, man, if I dove off of here head first, I don't think I'd survive that. But, you know, those are the kinds of things that you think of when you're all alone, having to deal with emergency room every week, doctor visits, neurologists, regular doctor, at least every other week, calls from the place, calls for going to the store and picking up stuff that you'd rather not be picking up. I mean, it sounds petty maybe to people who haven't experienced it and to people who are not aspie. It's something I just could not deal with. And so finally, my brother did take over, even though he was long distance in Colorado. But I dealt with the stuff that my mom had going on and selling her house and moving it. And my brother gave me a hard time over selling the house because I think they were in denial, him and his wife and his family. They didn't think that her house should be sold, but I wasn't going to take care of two houses. And I don't know, you know, and they just didn't think it was that bad, and they didn't think it was going to last or something. But it's a thing that gets worse and worse, not better in any way. But there's no information about elderly aspie persons having to deal with a dementia parent and how there's nothing out, there's no support out there for you anywhere. There's nothing. And maybe this will be the first time someone mentions that aspect, because if you search for adult aspie, if they're talking about the parents taking care of an adult aspie person, not that aspie person taking care of adult people. So that needs to be thought of in advance, I think, for people. But of course, I didn't know till I was 58, so how can my mom and dad have planned for that back when they were writing their will and stuff? I don't know. Oh, I hate to say this, but life sucks and then you die, right? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not going to make everybody... Well, I'll walk up a little farther. You feel this workout when you're done with it. I'm in better shape than I thought I was. I thought it'd be really blowing hard here. But that doesn't seem to be the case. That's the judge's stand over there. Oh, this is even steeper right here. Oh. Now I'm breathing heavy. I definitely wouldn't make my dog come up these steps. I feel bad because he was looking. He watches when I put my certain tennis shoes on, or if I put different shoes on, then he kind of goes, oh, shoot, it's the wrong shoes. Or it's boots, or it's ski boots. I'm not going to get to go. But when the tennies come out, then he's almost uncontrollably pushy for coming up here. He loves to come up here. Whew. I'm surprised I'm the only one here today. But I wish I could have a two-way conversation with other aspie people. To say, yeah, I know what you mean. One of the things I will talk about, other than the elderly parent thing, is the rumination factor of stuff. Like, the thing is, even when you do something that you really enjoy, like, I really like going to horse pulls. Let's just take that as an example. So anytime I have interaction with other people, even if they're friends, like 99% of the people that pull horses are my friends. I can only think of two that boom, you know. But anyway, no, but so everybody else I really like. And even after you go and you have a perfect day out, I'll ruminate about that entire day, the entire event or whatever. I'll ruminate it over a week. It's like you can't drop it. And you catastrophize things. Like my grandson, one of my grandsons is also autistic spectrum. And I noticed, because of course he's just a little guy. Back when he was about 9, 7, when we were 7 or 9, I don't know. I would ski with him, and sometimes you drop a ski at the bottom when you're getting on, because the ground kind of goes up there and it catches your ski. They kind of fixed that this year where they didn't let the snow pile up. But anyway, you drop your ski, and so you go up to the top. Somebody behind you would bring your ski up. Somebody behind on the chair, they'd hand your ski to them. But he worried the whole time we were sitting at the top of the chair, and there was only like 5 or 6 chairs behind the person that was carrying it up, or maybe a little more, 8 chairs. So the few minutes we were at the top, though, he kept saying, I'm not barefooting this down the hill. I'm not barefooting this down the hill. Which, oh my goodness, he probably was thinking of water skiing with one foot. Or no skis. Oh, and we kept saying, somebody's coming up with it behind you. You don't have to. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But he could not stop worrying. So it's that catastrophizing of a situation, even when people are consoling or telling you actual facts about it's only going to be a couple minutes and stuff. He was still just almost frantic about it in a way. Not quite frantic, but he was very, very, very concerned. And that he was going to have to go down the hill with one ski. And he knew that that wasn't going to work. So he's a little bit freaking out. I'm on the verge of freaking out. So, you know, there are some things you have to deal with. And some of it's kind of hiddenish in a way, you know. And you don't realize it until that last straw in the camel's back. The last straw that breaks the camel's back. And that's what I hit when my mom fell apart. And I still feel guilty about that my brother had to take over the POA for medical and finances, because I had to do all her finances, get rid of her house, do all that junk, and the constant medical stuff. I had to be in charge of all the medical stuff. It was just way too much. And people who don't have to deal with the same thing in their brain that I have to deal with probably won't sympathize or empathize even. Here, my dog and I like to come up here on this overlook deck. I like coming up here because, like, look, you see, nobody's here. I come up here and yell stuff like, let's go, Brandon. I come up here and yell that kind of stuff at the top of my lungs. And what about Bob Ulinsky? That kind of stuff. The emperor wears no clothes. You catch my drift. There's so many things I want to say that I can't because it's censored. But anyway, this is the ski jump landing, the ski jump stairs, and they didn't seem that bad. Must be in a little bit better shape than I thought. Okay, I'll let you go.